I could tell from the way he looked at me. Not just me, but all the girls. I hadn't seen him since our senior year of high school. We had hardly been friends before and were barely acquaintances now, but when I talked to him, it didn't feel like high school friends catching up. It felt like I was a prey, and he was ready to pounce. Sitting too close, staring too long, these are small things. I'm crazy for reading into them. No one is surprised when him and Claire go downstairs to hook up. They've been messing around since high school, but with 20 of us crammed into a ski lodge meant for 6, every room serves as necessary sleeping space. We'd started drinking too early. It's hardly even midnight and people are already passing out wherever they can. I go downstairs. Him and Claire are in bed, and 2 of my other friends are sprawled on an air mattress on the floor. I crawl onto another open mattress and feel lucky for getting my own bed, even if it is a half-deflated air mattress with a thin blanket. I can hear him and Claire whispering to each other. They're fooling around despite us being in the room, but I'm tired and drunk and soon fast asleep. Sitting too close. Staring too long. It isn't until I wake up to his hand in my pants that I know for sure. The next morning, I want to say something. I want to yell and call him out in front of everyone, but the words that run through my mind don't make it to my mouth. Everyone is telling drunken stories from the night before, but I am packing my bags and forcing my friends to the car. The morning light has brought a doubt and a fatigue that make confrontation feel distant and out of place. I send him a text after we've left, to which he responds, "I'm really sorry, but I don't remember that." It is months later when I see him again. He suddenly appears next to me in a crowded bar, his arms snaking around my waist in an attempted side hug. I remember hoping he notices the way I tense when he touches me. His apology comes unexpectedly and blends into the noise of the bar so that I question at first that I hear him correctly. He's saying that he thinks about it all the time and it makes him sick, that he can't believe he did that. It's just that he was really drunk, and can we just move on from it? And did he say he was sorry? And he's staring at me expectantly and repeating himself, and I'm drunk and off guard, and... Let me pause there. Because this is not a story about him, or about bystanders, or apologies, or hell. It is definitely not a story about forgiveness. It's a story about me, and what I always believed about myself, and what I now know. I have always considered myself a female activist. From my Insta bios to my feminist wall art, to the tears I shed at Trump's election, to the rant I spewed against Alabama, I know girl power. If I had the choice to press a button and obliterate every male on this earth that has sexually assaulted a woman, I would do so in a heartbeat. God, I wish that button existed. I would pound on it with the power of all my ladies. So why is it that when it happened to me, I did nothing? It was the feeling of powerlessness that I never anticipated. The words that constantly banged against the inside of my skull when given the opportunity to escape disappeared into fog. The punches I wanted to throw somehow hit me instead. Part of it is because I know he will never be bruised. The guys will remain his bros. The girls will continue flirting with him. He violated me and will face no consequences in his friendships, his hookups, his life at all. When I tell Claire what happened, she says, he probably just thought you were me. And her indifference shows me that I'm right. The part I find harder to admit to myself is the fear of confrontation, the fear of making a scene, of being seen as emotional, irrational, crazy. I find I just don't have the energy to explain to his face and educate him on why what he did was so wrong. I don't have the energy to scream or hit or even say that I don't accept his apology and that it's fucked up that he's putting me in a place to feel like I should. Instead, I say, it's okay, and shake his hand when he offers it. And then I never forgive myself for it. This is the secret weapon of sexual assault that I never accounted for. Sexual assault is silencing. It is a monster that chokes from within so that we see ourselves as weak rather than as hurt by a hand that was not our own. I think there is a narrative around victims being strong. Don't get me wrong, I love that, but I think our definition of strong is used when a woman confronts her assaulter, joins the conversation, or tells others her story. I do think that is strong. But sharing my story doesn't make me feel strong. It makes me feel weak and ashamed. My story reminds me that I cannot respond to my own assaulter the way I always thought I would. My expectations for myself did not match the reality I felt comfortable living. I know none of you will fault me for that. And I know my feelings are valid. Now maybe, if I repeat that a few more times, it'll feel true to me too.